Let's get it.
Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, the Geek Slays. Welcome back to Sports at Sunup. Sasquatch is back again.
What's up, guys?
Um, Still not a lot to talk about. Sports world kind of sucks. Let's start with Roman Reigns' WrestleMania replacement being selected.
Yeah. Braun Strowman. Um, I am happy coming from my standpoint. Yeah, they finally gave him a singles title when he won the Intercontinental, but then he goes and loses it like a month later or something like that. I think a Universal title for Braun Strowman is way overdue. I mean,
So,
they made him lose to Goldberg and Brock Lesnar the last time they did it, and I think, and this may just me being biased as a big guy myself. I think it's time for a big guy to have that title. You know,
so I have two thoughts, and they're both gonna be ones you hate. Braun Strowman, to me, the reason he hasn't got his shot is because people love him as a guy without a title. He doesn't need a title to draw crowds, to draw hype. He's one of the guys who it's like could never have a title, but people would love him in every match he's in.
hmm
That, and
like
I'm not excited for what because I think he wins this match. I think
I
Goldberg's
mean,
not signed up
that's
to
what I'm
do
saying.
more
I mean,
matches.
if
So
you,
he gets the title, but we're going to get another Roman Reigns Braun Strowman feud, and I just don't
I don't think
care.
so.
Oh, we are.
This is it. Like, I think, and even if we do, I don't look for them to let Braun lose it soon. Because I mean, the last time, in my knowledge anyway, the last time they let a big guy hold something like that kind of title, like what I'm getting to, like back then it was just the heavyweight championship, the big one
Yeah.
was Big Show back in like 2006 or 2007, something like that. That's the last time I can remember like a strong man, a big guy holding a title like
Well, I
that.
mean, unless we're counting Lesnar, who's held the title for
I
like
don't
4 years,
count Lesnar as a big guy. Not to
because
me
he's a
anyway.
he's a. I
I'm
mean, he's
tall.
a
I'm
big
taller than
guy, but he's
Lesnar.
yeah.
you know, but yeah, I think it's overdue. But if they did for whatever reason let Goldberg keep it, the only reason I could think of would be to at
It's for the
some
match
point
with Roman.
at some point to have that match with Roman, and I
So
just don't
e-
understand why.
either way, Roman's getting the title off of whoever wins this match.
Yeah,
That's how
because
it's gonna be. Because he
they're
was
probably going to go with that story because I understandably why he can't wrestle with all his stuff with leukemia. He is
yeah.
extremely vulnerable to COVID right now.
Well, and
So,
he might not be vulnerable to get it, but if he got it, that's a problem. Like
well,
there's
and
so many health issues that he
I've
already has.
I've
To
been hearing the main reason is though was yeah the COVID stuff, but I guess the Miz was sick, and I don't know if they have test results back or anything on him, but that played a big factor
that's
into it.
fair. That's fair. But and it the next feud for Roman to take it, they waited until WrestleMania to give it back to him anyways. So it'll still wait until SummerSlam, which is in July or August.
hmm
So
I think
Braun
I
will
think if
keep it for a
Braun wins,
couple moments, but
he'll have it for a little bit.
but
But
that's what I'm saying is the problem I see is this leads to inevitably another Braun Strowman Roman Reigns feud.
mhm. but like I said, me being a Braun Strowman fan anyway, and being biased as I am, I would be okay with that. I just want someone like that to hold the title for
I'd
a
love it if he
decent period
held
of
it.
time.
I don't want another Roman Braun feud. There's so
Well, I don't
much good
either.
new talent. Like I think a Roman Reigns Aleister Black feud would be sick. I think a Roman Reigns Ricochet feud would be sick.
I
We're
I
getting the
think
same feuds even with all the new up and coming talent, and that bugs me.
well if it works out the way it does, because doesn't the doesn't the draft happen soon? We're supposed
Uh,
to anyway.
Possibly,
I
yeah.
can't remember when they've been doing it.
Yeah, I
But
don't.
if it worked out that way, I think a matchup I would like to see would be Braun versus Drew McIntyre. Because Drew McIntyre finally getting a big shot like he's deserved against like Brock right now. I think that would be awesome. I think that'd be a match everyone would love to see, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
But and then obviously
It'll
we got
also
the
depend on if Drew actually beats Brock, because if he does, they'd both be title holders. So even if they would
but
never
that's what
get to be the same brand.
I know. That's what I'm saying though. But I mean, it's not like they've done it before, and they just made them relinquish the title.
Well, they won't. Not with these two titles, because Universal and then the heavyweight, those are your two
Yeah.
guys. Each shows, uppity up.
Yeah. But
This WrestleMania is weird though. Like last year, we had Kofi Mania going
yeah.
into it. Like there was
Which I was a
something
big fan
everybody
of,
was
by
behind.
the
Oh
way.
yeah, dude. I was all in on Kofi. I was so happy for that guy.
Then
But this WrestleMania, and then Becky Lynch became the man and just took over everything.
I used to like Becky Lynch, and I still do, but I think they pushed that a little bit too much than what it should have been.
See, I've always loved Becky. I liked her more when she was a face. Then she turned heel to be the man. Was still super into that because it was cool.
Like I said, I like
it's still
the
the man. It's like we get it.
They've been pushing it for way too long.
Well, they just aren't doing anything new with the character. These characters are supposed to be ever evolving. She's stagnated as the man, which is fine. The man's a cool character, but it's not a lifetime character. It's like the original Undertaker run as American Badass. That was not a lifetime Undertaker.
I was just about to say something about that.
Which, that's what he's doing.
That's what I was saying. There's rumors that he's coming out as American Badass, like the old music. Well, I know, but he's coming. Has he came out to that music yet? Like that's what I've been hearing. Yeah, he's had the bandana, like
he's been full American Badass. I just don't know if it's been the music yet.
If he comes out with a motorcycle, I'm flipping shit.
I don't know if it matters if he does, though. It's in the Performance Center. There's no, like...
That's what I was going to say. Like,
that's what bothers me about this WrestleMania, is there's not going to be any crowd pop for anything.
They're gonna put all this stuff in there that us as fans has been asking for years to happen, and there's going to be no reaction to it.
Like, there will be reactions at home, but you can't... Like, that's one of my favorite things about the WWE, is watching and hearing the crowd. I don't understand the people who are like, the one thing I've noticed is WWE without a crowd is better. It's like, no. You just, some people aren't great at figuring out bad dialogue and bad writing on their own. So when nobody's booing it, it just sounds like whatever, it's dialogue. But when there are people in the crowd and there's bad dialogue, the crowd lets you know, like, this fucking sucks.
Well, there was a little funny, it's a blooper that's been going around now from a couple weeks ago, dealing with the Undertaker and all that kind of stuff. It was when he was in the ring during the contract signing, and Carl Anderson and what's his name,
Luke Gallows
came out there and was talking to him, and then Undertaker's in the ring, the lights go off and all that kind of stuff. And there was a thing, because it was so quiet, like on live television, and I saw it on Twitter, and all of a sudden you just hear, because the whole teleporting thing and all this and that, you just hear someone say he's in position, and then the lights turn on, and it's just like,
I saw that live. I was like, God damn. See, and it was dumb to me because they like don't see Taker anymore, and they're just like looking around for him. It's like, you know exactly where he's at.
He's behind you.
And it's like they're waiting for the crowd cues that you'd normally get. It's like you have to change the way this is written with no crowd. Because the first thing I'm doing, if I saw Taker there and the lights go out, I mean, the crowd normally like throws you off a little. You're like, wait a minute. You're like looking for him. That's fair. But with no crowd, my immediate reaction is he's behind me. But I always think something's behind me. So
yeah, for sure.
That's why I like being on camera. I can tell. There's nothing back there.
All right. Let's see. What were we going to talk about next? Adam Silver.
12 of the major sports leagues met
commissioners
with Donald Trump today in a conference call. Um, President Trump said he believes the NFL season should be able to start on time in September.
Hmm.
So the regular season, we might lose preseason, but kind of whatever.
Does
Like,
anyone? I
who
mean,
gives a fuck?
preseason is a big deal for those rookies coming in, and those, some of those guys that have been in the league for a few years and are
But
still trying to
those
find their
games
play.
for them can still happen. Just there
Oh
won't be
yeah, for sure.
crowds. It'll basically be like a scrimmage, but they still
Hmm.
get their chance to fight for a spot.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it even though I'm not a big fan of the preseason, that's a huge opportunity for those guys like that are in that spot.
Right.
So it would definitely be a blow to lose the preseason, especially for those guys. So
Right.
I mean, it would all just come down to practice and scrimmages in practice against your own defense or your own offense.
Right.
So
Adam Silver also told those on the call that the league was the first to shut down and they'd love to lead the way in starting the economy once there was an all clear from public health officials. President Trump raised the idea of leagues working together to lobby for tax credits that used to exist for entertainment expenses such as the ability to deduct concessions and ticket prices from taxes. That would be a way for leagues to jumpstart fans' ability to return to stadiums in a difficult economy.
and I think that would be a big
Huge.
boost to fans also, seeing that
Right.
okay, they're willing to work with us so that way we can still go and support our teams and all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, let's be honest, if the NBA were to start right now, like start back up right now, I don't know if there's, unless you're a multi-millionaire already, I don't know if there's anybody out there that could afford to go. It would still
There's
be empty
some people,
stadiums.
but
That's what I'm saying. I
I'm
mean,
still so intrigued by the idea of empty stadium basketball games. I want to hear Russell Westbrook scream as he's slamming down a dunk. I just want to hear it. I want to hear all the chatter on defense. I want to hear
I
it.
just want to hear the bench players, to be honest, after big plays. Like when they get up and do their stuff, that'd be
Yeah.
funny. That would be
I
funny.
think the whole thing would be fucking hilarious.
But NBA, I could see that. I didn't agree with it with the March Madness stuff though. March Madness isn't anything without the fans, in my opinion.
Right. Well, March Madness, I'm pretty sure is just done now.
Oh yeah, no,
Tournament's just gone.
yeah, that's already a thing. It won't come back until next
So, are they
season.
going to work with some of the seniors who want
Yes,
to come
the
back?
well, I don't know. Okay, actually, I don't know about basketball, but some of those seniors that I do know for a fact that as far as because right now is baseball season, softball, track, all that kind of stuff. The NCAA did say that they they would allow seniors who were supposed to, this was supposed to be their last season, to have an extra year of eligibility to come back and play their last season, because
That's
they don't, it was only like, it was like for my university there, our baseball and softball teams like had only played, they play 60 something games a season, and they were only on like game like 8, you know so I was very happy when I saw the NCAA do that, and I do hope they work with the seniors as far as basketball, especially for those that made the tournament.
oh for
And
sure because
even if it
even
was
those
something,
some of
even if
those
it was
smaller
something
schools you don't know
like,
if you get that shot again.
yeah, exactly. And like even if it was like, okay, you know what, we'll give you an extra year, but because you played at least a full regular season, you can't play for half of the regular season this season.
Yeah.
Then you can come back. I could see them. I would be. I can't say anything because I'm not. I didn't play basketball in college,
Right.
but if I did, I would be okay with that,
Right.
because I was like, okay, I get that. I already played technically my senior season. We made it to the tournament. Didn't get to play that. Give me at least one more shot to actually be in there, because some of those guys, that could have been their first NCAA tournament appearance, whether it was
Well,
at D1, D2, D3, whatever.
and you got to think about the other thing. There are guys who are no names for the NBA draft. Like they're probably not going to be drafted. And a couple big games in the turn. Look at Buddy Hield. He was a second round projected pick.
Hmm.
Oklahoma goes to the tournament. Buddy Hield goes off and gets his team. What were they Elite Eight or Final Four?
They
One
were
of the
Elite
two.
Eight.
Yeah, he got them to the Elite Eight, a team that wasn't supposed to get there, and boom, he's a top 10 pick.
Yep.
Like,
he went to New Orleans at first, didn't he? And
Yeah.
then he got traded to Sacramento
For Boogie. Yep.
for Boogie. And
Yeah. That was a good trade.
That was a good
Like,
trade. I think it was a good trade
Boogie
for both.
got hurt. That happens, but I mean, you knew when Boogie was on the floor, him and Anthony Davis just had a thing. It was good. That's why I'm glad the Lakers picked him up.
That was a good trade for both of those teams, though. I mean, Buddy Hield's he's rocking it in Sacramento, or he was.
Well, at least for all I can for sure say about Buddy is he is an elite 3-point shooter, and pairing somebody like that with anybody in the league is awesome.
Yep.
Like a true elite guy like him, a JJ Redick, a Klay Thompson.
Oh yeah.
It's like Klay Thompson. I don't know if he could be the single star of a team.
Did he come back yet, by the way? I knew Steph did, but did he ever come back? Okay, that's what I thought.
If the league restarts, the insane thing's going to be he can come back, KD can come back. Like, they're talking about the league restarting in August. If it does, KD could be back for the Nets playoff run. That could put a whole new shift on where the league's going, and that's kind of exciting. Yeah, I think we should save talking about that for later.
Yeah, later, when it happens. We'll save it for when it happens.
Or if it happens. But the idea of KD coming back for the playoff run, a KD-Giannis matchup in the conference finals would be sweet. I'm going to leave it at that, but it would be sweet.